Today I'm going to show you how to make a hat using a knitting loom. First you need to decide what type of yarn you wish to use and the size of hat you want to make. You will need a knitting loom needle, scissors, and a crochet hook to start. The first thing you'll need to do is create a slip knot that you will attach to the peg on the outside of the loom. With pegs facing toward your right hand holding the loom in your left, next you will take the yarn into the inside of the loom. You'll start by wrapping the yarn under, up, and around the first peg, and continue around until you have wrapped every peg. Now you will go around again. The second row should be higher on the peg toward the tip. After you have 2 loops on each peg, start with the last peg you wrapped by lifting the bottom loop up and over the top loop. Continue around until only 1 loop remains on each peg. You will continue these steps until you have 2 to 3 inches completed. Then you will make the brim. Reach through the middle and bring the first row of knitting up and place on pegs one at a time, starting with the first stitch by grabbing the tail of the yarn and putting the first stitch on the peg. Work around, putting each stitch on careful to grab the right stitch. Now, starting with peg number 1, use a loom hook to take the bottom loop up over the top loop. Continue around and you will have completed the brim. Continue wrapping the yarn and removing the loops until desired length is reached, 6 to 7 inches for a child's hat or about 8 inches for an adult's hat. Cut yarn with about 6 inches to tie off. Cut a 12-inch piece of yarn, use crochet hook or yarn needle if you have one, and lift stitches off and work loose piece of yarn through each loop until all loops are removed from loom. Tie off yarn, turn inside out, then pull the loose yarn tight and tie in a knot. If you want a pom-pom, turn to the right side, thread loose ends through top of hat, make pom-pom by wrapping yarn around 3 fingers many times until it is about 1 inch thick. Now thread yarn on top of hat through pom-pom, tie tightly, cut through loops, keep trimming until desired shape and size. Now you know how to use a knitting loom to make a hat.